The Fast and the Furious launched a global franchise from a 1998 Vibe magazine article about illegal New York street racing that Universal adapted into the 2001 film. These are 15 hidden details you completely missed in The Fast and the Furious. Number 15. The movie stemmed from Racer X, a 1998 Vibe article by journalist Ken Lee about underground street racing in New York City. Director Rob Cohen read it and explored similar scenes in Los Angeles to adapt the culture for film. Producer Neil H. Moritz recognized the commercial potential and secured the rights from Vibe before other studios reacted. The article documented illegal midnight races complete with modified Honda Civics and dangerous highway sprints. Universal Pictures saw an opportunity to bring this subculture to mainstream audiences. Watch the opening Street Race Energy Mirrors documented real-world events that Cohen personally attended in downtown LA, the first gathering scene, and noticed genuine enthusiasm from actual car enthusiasts recruited as extras. Number 14. Early drafts were set in New York, but writer David Ayer relocated the story to Los Angeles. This shift better reflected the emerging West Coast import tuner scene that was exploding in popularity. Gary Scott Thompson wrote the original treatment, keeping the New York setting, but Ayer recognized LA's car culture offered better cinematic opportunities. The city's sprawling highways and established racing spots like downtown LA provided ideal filming locations. Producer Neil H. Moritz supported the change because California offered generous tax incentives. Watch the LA street signage and neighborhoods ground the film geographically throughout every racing sequence. The Toretto House exterior became an iconic location in Echo Park that fans still visit today. Number 13. Before production officially began, director Rob Cohen sat down with Paul Walker to discuss what kind of action film would resonate with audiences. Walker pitched a unique combination of Days of Thunder and Donnie Brasco, blending high-speed racing with undercover infiltration drama. Cohen loved the concept immediately and worked with screenwriter Gary Scott Thompson to develop the dual-layer narrative. Brian O'Connor's arc became a perfect fusion of adrenaline and deception, allowing viewers to experience both the thrill of street racing and the tension of undercover police work. Producer Neil H. Moritz supported this hybrid approach, recognizing it would differentiate the film from standard action fare. His vision helped establish the template that would define an entire franchise built on speed, loyalty, and moral complexity. Number 12. Over 1,500 real racers and their cars were recruited for the Race Wars sequence filmed in the Mojave Desert. Their presence gave the scenes authenticity that staging alone could not replicate with extras. Casting director Nancy Nayer worked with actual street racing crews from Los Angeles and Orange County to fill the desert location. These participants brought their personally modified Hondas, Mazdas, Toyotas, and Nissans, representing genuine tuner culture. Production designer Waldemar Kalinowski noted the organic chaos of real car enthusiasts created unscripted moments captured on film. Watch the crowd shots filled with genuine tuned imports, each representing thousands in aftermarket modifications. Director Rob Cohen encouraged racers to interact naturally rather than following strict background choreography. Number 11. Jordana Brewster and Michelle Rodriguez faced an unusual challenge when they were cast. Neither actress had a driver's license before filming began. They had to learn to drive during production while simultaneously performing complex racing scenes for the camera. Stunt coordinator Mike Rogers worked closely with both actresses, teaching them vehicle control and racing techniques in compressed timeframes. Early takes show cautious but real responses to speed and maneuvering that veteran drivers might not naturally display. Director Rob Cohen used this to his advantage, capturing the raw energy of newcomers pushing boundaries. Producer Neil H. Moritz later confirmed both actresses earned their licenses during the shoot, making their performances even more impressive given the circumstances. Number 10. Stunt coordinator Mike Rogers developed a rig to simulate high speed safely without endangering actors on actual highways. This allowed actors to appear in motion without dangerous road conditions that insurance companies refused to cover. The innovative rig mounted cameras directly onto vehicle hoods, while cars remained stationary or moved slowly on controlled tracks. Director of photography Erickson Core collaborated with Rogers to create dynamic angles suggesting 100 miles per hour speeds. Paul Walker and Vin Diesel performed most interior cockpit scenes using this system. Watch the rapid interior close-ups during races show subtle lighting differences that reveal the technique. Editor Peter Honess cut these static shots with genuine high-speed footage from stunt drivers to create seamless illusions. The innovation became standard practice for later installments. Number 9. Around 78 vehicles were destroyed during filming and rehearsals, representing a massive logistical and financial undertaking. This practical damage contributed to the film's gritty realism that CGI couldn't replicate in 2001. Picture car coordinator Dennis McCarthy sourced identical models to ensure continuity across multiple takes and camera angles. The production purchased salvage vehicles and created stunt doubles for every hero car featured prominently on screen. Stunt coordinator Mike Rogers choreographed crashes that totaled Hondas and Mazdas during the truck heist sequence. Watch the real metal deformation and debris during crashes shows genuine physics that digital effects couldn't convincingly produce. Director Rob Cohen insisted on practical stunts wherever possible, believing audiences instinctively recognize authentic destruction, the final truck hijacking, and notice unique damage patterns. Number 8. The market where Dom's crew gathers throughout the film is not a Hollywood set, it's a real building located in Angelino Heights, Los Angeles, carefully chosen by location manager Mark Delish for its authentic neighborhood feel. The exterior shots match the actual storefront exactly, grounding the film in tangible reality rather than studio fabrication. After the film's release, the location became an unexpected fan pilgrimage site, with enthusiasts visiting to recreate scenes and pay homage to the franchise's origins. Director Rob Cohen wanted locations that felt lived in and genuine, avoiding the polished artificiality of backlot construction. Production designer Waldemar Kalinowski enhanced the market's existing character without completely transforming it. The choice reflected the film's commitment to street-level authenticity, connecting fictional characters to real urban spaces that audiences could actually visit. Number 7. Brian's orange Toyota Supra became one of the most recognizable cars in movie history, transcending the film itself. It directly influenced global tuner culture and drove up real-world prices for 1990s Supras exponentially. Picture car coordinator Eddie Paul built the Hero Supra using a turbocharged inline-6 engine, producing over 500 horsepower. The distinctive Lamborghini Diablo candy orange pearl paint and custom body kit became instantly iconic among automotive enthusiasts. Director Rob Cohen featured the Supra prominently in the climactic race, cementing its legendary status. Watch the signature orange paint and drag race framing appears in posters and countless fan tributes. Actor Paul Walker personally loved the Supra and advocated for its prominent screen time. After the film's release, Toyota Supra values skyrocketed and remain elevated today. Number 6. Dom's iconic Charger appears throughout the film as a 1969 model, but the vehicle was actually a 1970 Charger modified specifically for filming purposes. The picture car coordinator made this choice to serve the story rather than pursue technical accuracy. The car symbolizes Dom's past, his father's legacy, and his connection to traditional muscle car culture more than it represents period-correct restoration. Director Rob Cohen emphasized visual impact over historical precision, understanding that most audiences wouldn't notice the year discrepancy. Stunt coordinator Mike Rogers worked with multiple duplicate Chargers to execute the film's most dangerous sequences without risking the hero car. The modifications allowed for better camera mounting and safety features while maintaining the aggressive aesthetic. Number 5. Homeowners near race scenes received unusual requests from the production team. The location manager asked residents to repaint houses in muted tones and neutral colors. This wasn't aesthetic preference, it was a deliberate visual strategy to make cars dominate every frame. Production designer Waldemar Kalinowski understood that vibrant vehicles needed subdued backgrounds to pop on screen. Director Rob Cohen wanted street racing sequences where cars became the undeniable focal points, not competing with colorful architecture or distracting environmental elements. Cinematographer Erickson Core used this color control to enhance the film's kinetic energy. This subtle production design choice created visual hierarchy that amplified excitement. By controlling background palettes, the team ensured every racing sequence delivered maximum impact with cars as undisputed visual stars. Number 4. Universal marketed the movie as a racing spectacle rather than a character drama, emphasizing explosions and speed. The emotional core surprised audiences who expected nothing beyond adrenaline-fueled stunts. Producer Neil H. Moritz worked with Universal's marketing department to create trailers showcasing the most visually dynamic racing sequences. Director Rob Cohen actually crafted a story about loyalty and family that the promotional campaign deliberately obscured. The studio feared emphasizing Paul Walker's undercover cop storyline would alienate the target demographic. Watch the early trailers emphasize speed over relationships, featuring rapid cuts of racing footage without dialogue-driven scenes. Vin Diesel's character depth barely appeared in television spots that prioritized NOS boosts. Test audiences responded positively to the Brian and Dom dynamic, but marketing executives remained committed to action-focused positioning. Number 3. The Fast and the Furious was produced for approximately $38 million, a modest budget by Hollywood action standards at the time. The film earned over $207 million worldwide, delivering a return on investment that stunned studio executives and industry analysts. Producer Neil H. Moritz had bet on street racing culture's mainstream appeal, and audiences validated that gamble beyond expectations. Universal Pictures suddenly possessed proof that underground racing could anchor a commercially successful franchise without requiring massive financial commitments. Director Rob Cohen's efficient production approach maximized every dollar on screen. Marketing executive Adam Fogelson recognized the passionate fan base early and targeted promotions accordingly. The profit margins convinced Universal to green-light sequels immediately, transforming a standalone project into a multi-film empire that would eventually span decades. Number 2. Vin Diesel originally viewed the film as a standalone story and hesitated to return for sequels despite Universal's interest. He saw Dominic Toretto as a complete character arc that didn't require continuation beyond the ambiguous ending. Producer Neil H. Moritz attempted to negotiate Diesel's return for Too Fast, Too Furious, but couldn't meet his creative and financial demands. Diesel wanted more control over the character's development and a larger percentage of back-end profits. Director Rob Cohen also departed the franchise, leaving Paul Walker as the sole returning lead for the first sequel. Watch the Dom's final speech feels conclusive in tone, suggesting permanent closure. The iconic moment where Brian tosses Dom his car keys was written as a definitive farewell. Diesel eventually returned for later sequels after the franchise proved its cultural staying power. Number 1. The Fast and the Furious established narrative foundations that would support an entire cinematic universe. Themes of family, loyalty, and speed introduced in this film became the franchise's emotional core across subsequent installments. The original Dom-Brian dynamic, built on respect earned through action rather than words, defined relationships throughout later films. Producer Neil H. Moritz and director Rob Cohen created character archetypes that proved adaptable across genres, from street racing to heist films to espionage thrillers. What began as a focused story about illegal quarter-mile races in Los Angeles eventually grew into a multi-billion-dollar global phenomenon spanning continents and decades. Writer Gary Scott Thompson's emphasis on chosen family over blood family resonated across cultures, making the franchise internationally viable. The Fast and the Furious transformed underground car culture into a global phenomenon, launching a franchise that redefined action cinema while staying rooted in authentic automotive passion and practical stunt work that influenced an entire generation of filmmakers. Which hidden detail surprised you most? And what film should we open next?